haven't played here during the World Cup, but we obviously played before Christmas, so I think we're relatively familiar with the conditions, and I suppose the wicket will be low and slow and turn a little bit. South Africa played here a bit, and they seem to have adjusted with the makeup of their team, so I think there'll be two teams who are relatively suited to these sorts of conditions.
Daniel, having watched South Africa through the group stage and some of the ways that they've performed, what do you think is their particular strength, and is there any weakness you can identify in their makeup at the moment?
They've obviously played some really good cricket. I think they've been one of the form teams in world cricket for a long time, so we know they're going to be a huge challenge. We know they've got good players all up and down their order, but I think like any captain would sit here and say that it's about what we do tomorrow. If we can play well, then we give ourselves a chance. If we don't, against a team like South Africa, then it's going to be tough.
Daniel, how'd you look at the team's performance over the group stages? I mean, you guys won a great game against Pakistan, maybe lost a couple against Sri Lanka and Australia. How are you guys sort of feeling with that form coming into this crunch game?
I suppose it all depends when you play those games. If Pakistan had been the last game, then we'd probably come here pretty confident with the way we played. But our last performance was against Sri Lanka, and we were disappointed with the way we played there. But to get through those group stages, to play that game against Pakistan, and hopefully we can look back on that game and try and bring that to the table, because that really is the model to try and win one-day games. And we've got to build up those partnerships and then let our aggressive guys attack at the end. And if we do that, coupled with some really good fielding and bowling we've had throughout the tournament, then we give ourselves an opportunity.
Dan, just carrying on from the batting, New Zealand top five, like you said, probably got some of the best ball strikers in the world at the moment. How frustrating has it been for you and them, I guess, that they've not been able to sort of perform as sort of befits the kind of talent that they have?
Well, I think it's not so much the frustration; it's just always looking forward to the next game, realising that these guys can do it. I think they're extremely talented, and if you look at their records, as they stand alone, they're pretty good. So what better time than to rectify a couple of tough performances than now? And like I said before, we've seen the game plan that works against Pakistan, able to build a total and be able to unleash at the end. And if we get a guy like Ross Taylor or Scott Storris or Jacob Oramon in those last 10 overs with wickets in hand, then we know we can be dangerous.
Dan, many people thought Darren Sammy's decision to bat first here yesterday wasn't all that a smart move. What would you want to do on a pitch like this? Put the opposition in or take advantage first up?
All the feedback seems to bat first. Spoke to a lot of people at the ground yesterday. I think Pakistan were going to bat first as well. So if you look at that wicket, you think it's a bat first wicket, but things change. But I think most teams would want to bat first. South Africa did it really well in the game against Bangladesh.
Thanks, everyone.